Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. The Dodgers get on the board. They come back, win a game. The Astros come back to tie up the series. Baseball's happening. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the middle of your screen, Trevor Plouffe, and behind the dish in the corner, producer, Big Baby David. Trev, how you doing?
James, Jacob, big dong, my guys. You know, every day I think about Josh Donaldson telling me I was a 70-30 guy. When I should have been a 50-50 guy. And usually it haunts me, but today BBD's crypto account is up so much that it eases it a little bit. So I'm happy for you, BBD. Guys, I'm doing great. I did get to watch the games yesterday, which was really nice because they turned out to be doozies. I'm excited to talk about them with you. Jacob, I know you got a lot to say today, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, huge night for the Dodgers, huge night for the Astros, huge night for Josh Donaldson. He was really letting it rip out there. I appreciate that. Trev, your energy tells me you had sex in the past 24 hours. Congratulations. Happy for you. And yeah, man, I'm stoked. I don't know. I've got a little, I don't know if it's the end of the year wearing on me and I'm starting to run out of pitches, but I've been getting a little internet troll going. And, yeah, I don't know. I think if the series play out like they did last night, Astros and Dodgers went out, they'll be in the World Series. I want to tweet something like that out, but like Braves fans were getting hot on me. Everyone, Trev, you're actually kind of in your heaven right now. Everyone's kind of hating us. Because if we tweet out a Braves highlight, Dodgers fans hate us. If we tweet out a Dodgers highlight, Braves fans hate us. Houston, Boston, we've been fighting uphill from the start. We knew that. But I kind of love it. That's playoff baseball. It's us against the world. Let's go. Jumbo.
Yeah, I hate the Dodgers and I hate the Braves. According to everyone that tunes into the live stream. Thank you, everyone that tunes into the live stream. I appreciate it. It is bizarre how much that's happening. It's like, oh, my God, I just want a Game 7 and I want drama. Like, Belly hits a 3-run home run to tie it. That's exciting. Braves hit a home run in the 9th to tie it. That's also exciting. Don't give a fuck who wins. I just want the NL to win the World Series. But even that, dude, I don't really care. So, good games yesterday. I mean,
yes.
The Braves and Dodgers won again, had a little lull in the middle. You're like, is this really just going to end this benignly? That's a quote straight out of Michael K. He's taught me how to talk a lot. And then Belly gets it. And when Belly came up, everyone's thinking like, nah, he can't do it again. 3-run homer hero again. And he's swinging so big. And then the ball he hit it on, it's like a damn blitz ball swing. That was crazy.
I mean, going into both 8th innings yesterday, the series were essentially over.
Yeah.
Boston had the lead to go up 3-1, and they've been punishing the Astros. And then the Braves were about to go up 3-0 on Trev's Los Doyers. And now, woo! I have to get BBD on the DraftKings numbers. Who's favorited?
We pride ourselves on a few things here, talking baseball. One, we're Cron Pod. We're going to talk about the games in chronological order. Two, we're an on pod. Just honest group of guys. Yesterday I told you I felt like I was between REM cycles. That was honest. Today, I'm going to admit, I was not able to stay awake for the end of the Astros-Red Sox game. I saw Altuve tied up. I desperately tried to stay awake. I really wanted to, and I I passed out. And I woke up, and I checked the score this morning, and it was 9-2, and I was like, holy shit, what did I miss? And then I looked at the box score, and so they brought Evaldi and Martin Perez, and I was like, oh, boy. Wish I saw all of that. But it's an on-pod. I didn't see it. I was asleep. I do feel rejuvenated, though.
It's worth
nice.
it, man.
I didn't know that's what you meant by cron pod, so I've been doing it wrong. I've been doing it wrong, but I get it now. I'm there.
We don't wiener shame either. I want that out there.
Oh, it's true.
BBD odds?
If you want to read about DraftKings, and then I can tell you some odds.
BBD, I'll read about DraftKings, and then you tell us some odds.
Fucking forgot to make bets.
Oh, man. Look how frustrated Jimmy is because he didn't place his bets at DraftKings before he came in because they basically give you free money. BBD, what could he have placed some bets on?
Yeah, these are some things you could have placed some bets on to win their series. Astros are now favored. Minus 135. Boston would be plus 115. And the NLCS is dead even.
Dead heat?
Yep.
Don't tell Braves fans that. DraftKings hates the Braves. They are great. DraftKings, we love them. They love us. Go place your bets. Jimmy's so mad right now because he didn't place his bets. Ugh, I'm so mad right now. Whoa, Jim, let's get through the read. And if you're not a baseball person, you are. This is Talking Baseball. They also have a ton of NFL bets. If you place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game, Trev said Matt Stafford and the Rams. He guaranteed a win. He knows Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford said, I swear on our friendship, we're getting this dub. And it's like, whoa, man, that's heavy. You bet those $5. Trev and Matt Stafford's Rams win. You get $200 in free bets. Free bets. If sports gambling isn't legal in your state yet, they still have their daily fantasy sports contest with huge cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY. Bet $5 on any NFL team to win their game. Win $200 in free bets if they win. You win with the promo code JOMBOY this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And among the 4 teams left, just to win the whole thing, in order of favorite, Astros are the favorite. Dodgers, Braves, Red Sox.
What?
What other ads do we have?
Just to win the whole
favorite
thing.
to win the World Series?
Yep, they are plus 200. Dodgers plus 225. I mean, everyone's close. Then Braves and Red Sox in last, which feels so rude to the Red Sox after what they did those 2 games. But
Vegas, what is you doing, baby? They know something.
What do they know?
Hey, it's a Cron Pod.
It's Cron
I
Pod.
don't
get
like
that.
that. Oh, it's a Cron Pod. Hold on.
Trev, you got your Cron Pod out?
Yeah, here you go.
Hitting the peace pipe over there?
Okay.
Fucking
You want to burn it, Jake?
I think me and Trev both are.
Wow. So quick-witted. Handsome and smart.
Haven't tried it anything my whole life. Holy smokes, it's Charlie Morton, the Salt Man, trying to salt away the series. If they go up 3-0, but Walker, Texas, Buehler would be on the mound for the Dodgers, trying to hold it for LA in the first. Corey Seager, 444. That's Trevor Plouffe. Thick, big boy stuff to center. It is 2-0 LA. But Trev, you've heard of the ninth at 9. How about 4 in the fourth? Young Jock, boing. He hits a pearl into right, RBI single. Adam David Duvall putts one into left for an RBI single. It tastes just like Dansby. So dance with me. He gets one. Eddie Rosario, cat scratch fever with the RBI walk. It is 4-2 as the Braves show great fortitude. Adam Duvall makes it 5-2 in the 5th. It stays that way into the 8th. Speaking of Cron Pod, Cody Bellinger, 3-run ding-dong off Luke Michael Jackson. Should have moonwalked him. It is tied up at 5, and then I say, Poppy, can he play baseball? Mookie Betts with what would be the game-winning RBI double. The Dodgers go Buehler to Vesia to Knable, Bickford, Brule, Kelly Phillips, Gonsolin, Kenley Jansen. How gross is he right now? Dodgers win 6-5 and make it a 2-1 series.
His name is Mookie Betts. I said, Poppy, can he play baseball? He said, man, can he play baseball?
Dude, oh my God. I watched those guys after the game yesterday.
It's a chord.
I watched those guys after the game yesterday, and they didn't say anything.
No,
No,
they don't have to.
They didn't say anything.
A-Rod puts on his Yankees helmet, turns to the crowd. They go ape shit. Poppy does the same thing. Frank Thomas is huge.
Good job. Good burn.
Thank you.
You're the best.
That was freestyle.
I felt bad for Bueller
Walker Buehler.
because he didn't really pitch that bad. Like if Lux catches that and the ump calls strike 3 on Jock, Seager makes that play. Like, what are we even looking at? A good inning, and then he can continue on and keep going. So the Lux drop, the missed strike 3 call on Jock. Jerry Meals, that's probably the worst performance, I think. I don't know the stats on it, but how it felt, that's probably the worst performance out of a home plate ump we've seen in a while. And then
You didn't watch the second game.
okay, I didn't. I watched. I fell asleep, but I wasn't like in and out. It was bad.
Umping was a theme of the day. Yes.
Who was home plate for? It's Cronpot.
Last Diaz.
Oh
But-
God.
It's a crown pod.
But hey, our thing's still doing strobe light stuff. I don't know what
Like
happened.
that.
Yeah. So I do have a sense of just like that, like what if nagging, like it's like unsatisfied in me. Like I feel like a Bueller probably has it 10 times worse. What if Lux catches that ball in his glove and the ump calls strike 3 on Jock? I mean, how many pitches would he have been at? Like a 10-pitch inning and he moves on?
Yeah. And his playoff history has shown that. He ends up getting pulled at 76. He kind of, hey, Vandy man, like myself, we're emotional guys. He lost his composure a little bit. I mean, what was it, 4-pitch walk to Eddie Rosario? Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Playoff emotions are high, and at this point, Dodger season is on the line, and if you're Walker Buehler, you're expecting, kind of like what Jim was saying yesterday, to have one of the outings of the playoffs where, Walker Buehler, you're hoping he goes 8 shutty, and it's a memory.
Would have been a 14-pitch inning. And after the 4th. So I don't know how many pitches he was at. 14.
I think that's the series in a nutshell. I mean, it was so close to being the Braves up 3-0, a commanding lead. But if you go back and think about how the games went 1 and 2, and then you're talking about these things in game 3, like this could, I mean, it's not so far away from being Dodgers 3-0. This has been an excellent series, and all these, we can play the what if game all day long, but
Yes, but usually the what if game, like when the what if game is on like errors, like balls that hit gloves and an 0-2 pitch that's just all over the zone. I don't know, it just stings a little more for me. The Dodgers win anyway, so it's just it's a very personal what if for Bueller.
Yeah,
because he probably could have. Yeah. He was at. I just did it. He would have been at 58 pitches through 4, with no earned runs. Yeah. With no earned runs, he probably goes 2 more. And him personally is looking at a much different day. Dodgers end up winning anyway, so whatever.
And man,
that inning stung me.
What are you thinking, BBD?
I have bad news for you that your at bat of the game has been converted to an error.
That's killer.
I mean, that was an error.
By the
Only
end of that
because it was an
game.
error.
You're talking about the Lux,
yeah.
the Lux ball?
Yeah, that was Jake said.
That's when
the game.
that's when JD started going off yesterday. Analytics putting a second baseman.
Well, it's
in center
true.
Field. It's very true.
Everybody was, all my boys, all Dodger fans, all texting the same thing. Like, they knew eventually it was going to catch up to him. You can't just throw a dude out there, The reasoning being, you're only going to get a few balls a game, basically. So they're just trying to hide him out there. He's got some athleticism, so he can do some things, but you're banking on being in the right position, easy fly balls. Eventually it's going to catch up to you, whether it's the freaking sun like it was yesterday or just the ball straight at you where you just misread it. Having a second baseman or a shortstop out there seems pretty risky.
I've been trying to work on a puzzle analogy, and Jimmy's my puzzle guy, so I'll let him finish it. But yeah, there's a weird thing with analytics that home runs obviously make up, if it's 1,000-piece puzzle, like if you hit a chunk of home runs, they're 500 pieces, 400 pieces of the puzzle. Good pitching is another 400 pieces of the puzzle. And then there's 200 other pieces that are like base running and defense. And we're seeing it come playoff time. Like, when it ties into the whole team, Gavin Lux in center, I know we're Cron Pod, but like everyone's noticed how slow Michael Brantley is because it just stands out on the field. Playoff time, all that little stuff matters. And me and Josh Donaldson are going to lock ourselves in a cabin for a couple days and figure out what it all means. Couple things that deserve shout-outs. Charlie Morton has a tough first inning. He settles down in a way. He was wild all game. He had 6 walks in this game. But he started to find it later on. He gives them the 5 innings. Shout out to some of these guys in the Dodgers pen, especially if this series does start to go LA. I mean, our guy Phil Bickford, who we deep dove in the other day. Brule, who I admitted wasn't in my book. Evan Phillips. I mean, these guys end up having what are monster performances. If one of those guys, one of the last 3 guys to make the Dodgers roster, has a bad outing, we're talking about the Braves maybe winning a blowout. Instead, we're talking about Belly having a moment, Trev's Belly. So, man, good for the Dodgers to make this a series because, 7th inning, it felt like this series was over.
It did.
I mean,
it really, really did.
None of those guys even, like, pitched an inning either. It's funny. Like, how many pitchers got 3 outs for the Dodgers? 2?
2.
3.
Jansen, yeah. That's wild. Well, they used 9 pitchers and only 3 of them got 3 outs.
Yeah. Vesia 1 pitch, 1 out. Gonsolin 2 pitches, 1 out. Yeah, and you know we've seen the Yankees try to play this game where if you bring in a guy with 2 outs, that gives you a little more flexibility with the 3-out rule because that doesn't apply if you get out of the inning. So yeah, I mean, everyone wanted to kill Dave Roberts the other night. Is he getting some love? I haven't seen too much of that, but that's life of a manager, huh? And because you don't get love when Cody Bellinger hits a 6-foot-high fastball 400 feet, because Cody did that.
Love that, man. What a wild game. What a freaking wild game. Stadium was going nuts. Imagine sitting there for that long, 5-2, just thinking about the season being over. Base runner on. Cody's up. You're like, like you said, James, can this happen? And he does it, man. The place went off. It's cool to see.
Especially, I thought it was a smart pitch to throw. I mean, he just swung through the high fastball. I thought it was really like, all right, go a little higher out of the zone, see if he chases. I think he got Jackson at that point. I think he threw the pitch he wanted to throw, and he wanted Belly to chase it. He just didn't know he was going to connect with it that squarely, that high out of the zone. I mean, it's pretty high up there. So, kudos to Bellinger.
Chris Taylor with the big stolen base that, who knows if it would have mattered on the Mookie ball, but he continues to show how good he is, that he is now on every team's free agency list this offseason. Jimmy knows I'm blindsided and I need Chris Taylor in pinstripes next year. Definitely not happening, but you got to believe in something in this life. And yeah, I don't know. We got a series. Freddie Freeman with a 3-hit game. If I had told you Freddie was going to turn it on, like, Trev, I kind of love what you said. That's such a good, if you were an ESPN guy, that would be all over the airwaves today. Like, this series could be Dodgers 3-0. That's a really strong, it's a strong take.
I'm just saying,
no,
like,
it's true.
It's so close to being Braves up 3-0 in
like
the series.
Like a mid-season radio break, Trev? You got that in you?
No.
Like, Dodgers pull out the comeback last night. 3-run home run by Cody Bellinger to make the series 2-1. And if you really think about it, Dodgers could be up 3-0 in this series. Couple different breaks. I'm Trevor Plouffe, ESPN.
Just let that marinate while I sign off after talking to you for 15 seconds trying to make 3 points. That makes a lot of sense. Way to go, Normal TV.
Way to go, Normal TV.
Look, I'm going to be on. We're an on pod.
On pod.
The lawnmower's outside of my door
That's
again.
okay.
So if I have to shut my mic off, I'm going to have to shut my mic off.
Give us another 15 seconds outro on this game yesterday.
I like the fact that Treinen wasn't used yesterday. How about that? I think he needed some rest. I don't think, Donaldson made a good point yesterday about, I think he was talking about Presley in the next game. But just in general, like you just don't want to put these high-end, high-leverage relievers out there in front of guys too often. The more you see a guy, the more you're on him, the better at bats you have, the more high-stress pitches he ends up having to throw. Everything matters. So I'm happy they kind of like were away from him. I don't know if he was 100% not available or what the reason was that he didn't pitch, but I thought it was a good thing for the Dodgers. That was like 50 seconds. I'm sorry.
You're good. You want to go to game 2?
I guess exactly 50 seconds.
I guess what Trev's saying is, Blake Treinen will be Roman ready
For game 4.
for game 4.
Hey, the Roman commercial on TV is very suggestive.
Someone said in our live stream, they were like, it's so funny how romantic and sexual the Roman ads are on TV compared to what you guys do.
Well,
And I don't know, because Jake really lays it on the line.
yeah, I mean, let me get back to my point. Blake Treinen's in the bullpen with a boner. No, the problem would be if he didn't. Can't talk about that. Guys, Roman, they're MLB. Like Trev's saying.
With MLB, they like baseball fans.
They're baseball fans, and they like you having your bat ready for the big game. Kind of like Cody Bellinger. The big stick, 3-run homer. You can go to GetRoman.com/Talkin.
Get or get?
Get.
Get.
GetRoman.com/Talkin. And Jim, if you head over there, you get $15 off your first month.
Huge.
There's a straightforward way to take care of your ED.
You just go to GetRoman.com/Talkin.
Yeah.
I've been listening.
You're all over that, man. Yeah, I mean, they'll get you in touch with a licensed professional. It's very discreet, so if you're worried about people, in your building knowing that you're having trouble with your winky, they won't. Unless you tell them, which we would here. We're an on-pod.
Can we let's just end the stigma, dude. Like if it's not working correctly, there's things you can do to make it work correctly. Just go do it.
Let's end the stigma.
Not that big of a deal.
Where should they go, Jim?
GetRoman.com/Talkin from what I can recall.
$15 off your first month. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
Let's burn game 2. Kelsey's here. Kelsey, do you want to come?
Kelsey's here.
Do you want to put the headphones on? And then when Jake does his burn, if you could just put this light in his face really close. Put this in Jake's
Push
face.
the limits. Make me uncomfortable.
Am I putting it in Jake's face?
Here, sit
Wow.
seat.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for
All
the
right.
seat.
Let's burn game 2. Astros, Red Sox. I'm going to have to listen closely because,
Sam
again,
just smiling at you.
I fell asleep.
She's happy.
1, 2, on your mark. Get set. Burn, Jakey, burn.
A big game 4. Game 4 in the Commonwealth. Red Sox up in the series 2-1. And, man, it's not easy being Zach Greinke against this Boston Red Sox lineup as he goes up against Trev's guy, full pension Piv. Been dropping that hammer this whole playoffs. In the first, Breggy Smalls. Breggy. Can't you see? LSU, go Tigers. Kelsey's here. Home run over the monster. It's 1-0 Stro. Hey, good time to have a last name start with a B. Bogarts. He homers 4-13. It's 2-1 Boston. It would stay that way into the 8th. We've got some pitching in this series. Let's go. In the 8th, Garrett Whitlock. Have you ever seen an Astros baseball game? First pitch fastball to Jose Altuve. Altuve solo shot to tie it at 2s. It would stay that way into the 9th. Holy smokes. Who's in the game? It's Nate Dogg Evaldi trying to make it regulate for the Red Sox. Here comes the 1-2 slider. Oh, looks like it might have well did it. Laz Diaz doesn't call it. Jason Castro follows it with the big RBI single, and that's when things got nutty. Brantley with the big 3 RBI double to go from 3-2 to 6-2. Make it 7, make it 8, make it 9. King Tuck, how'd you get so funky? It is 9-2 Astros, and that would be your final. They go Cranky to Riley to Javier to Mayton to Grayman to Presley. Astros tie up the series at 2 apiece.
How did you enjoy his Houston accent?
Loved it.
This is good?
Yeah.
Love that for us.
Hey, what was the pitch you said that was missed badly?
So,
I want to go watch it.
Trev said we are a cron pod. Evaldi 1-2 count to Jason Castro. Throws a backdoor slider. Looked like it's top outside quadrant of the zone. It's a tough pitch to call. I mean, it's a backdoor slider, but could have been punched on that pretty easily. Probably should have.
Okay, let's watch it.
Just got punched.
Ooh, he was walking.
Watching it again.
He said in his interview
It
was a strike. Like he was not pleased.
Laz or Nate?
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dowd.
80.
And then what did Castro go on to do?
RBI single to make it 3-2.
That's it.
That was the first run.
That would have been out of the inning.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
Yes.
And that was the 8th inning?
9th.
That would have
Ooh.
ended the game? Or tied?
It was tied. It would have led the Red Sox 2-2, bottom 9 in Fenway.
Wish I didn't fall asleep.
It's okay.
Did you see the Altuve homer?
I did.
Okay.
I saw that, and then I pulled it up
That's when he fell asleep.
on my laptop, and I made it. I was editing video, laying in bed, editing video. Top corner of my laptop was the game, editing over here. And then Altuve hit the home run, and then I went big screen. I stopped editing. That was probably keeping me awake.
Yeah.
I was like editing things, so I passed out.
I was laying down in bed. Jake and I were texting about it, and when the home run hit, I like flew up so fast that I almost like face planted while fully sitting.
Trev, are you mad at Whitlock like Jake is?
Trev, also Fayao, our guy in the chat, said Trev's statistic about how often that's called a strike blew his mind. So give us everything you got, Poppy.
Well, Passon put the tweet out, talking about how bad Laz was and how that should have been called a strike and stuff. But I mean, I hate when people focus on one pitch because like Laz missed a shit ton of pitches last night. So like all of those affect the game in different ways. This one just happened to be at that moment. But the pitch, even in itself, June Lee put out per ESPN stats info or something like that. It's only called a strike 23% of the time.
Yeah.
Throughout the year, that pitch. So I know it hurts if you're a Red Sox fan, if you're a Nady Uvalde, I know it hurts, but I mean, the bigger issue here is they were having guys like Laz Diaz behind the plate
Tough.
in a big game. I like Laz. Laz is like all these dudes. I always say it. They're nice dudes and they want to get the job done. But Laz, I think, was 93rd out of 95 in like accuracy this year. So like he shouldn't be behind the plate. Like put him on the left field line. Like if you want to give guys with seniority some umpiring spots in the playoffs, put them on the line.
23 missed ball strike calls by Laz last night, according to Jeff Passon.
So yeah, and then we talk about it. There's no like what happens to these guys? Nothing. Like we should we should go right down the list. Give me the top 12 strike callers. Like home plate umpires, those guys are going to be behind the plate. Like, why don't we do that? Why don't we reward those guys like that? I don't understand. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole situation. Castro made him pay. Look, you get that extra strike or, you get that extra life. You could also just K on the next pitch, but he had a good at bat there, coming off the bench cold. Good for him, man.
Yeah, this was
And Brantley too. Damn, Brantley just fucking the dagger, bro.
well, and that was something, I I said I've never applied myself at anything in this life. There's times we do this, and I do forget. I've watched a lot of baseball. Something that I want to give Dusty love for. I'm on a big managerial kick. 8th inning, Altuve ties the game. Solo homer. It's 2-2. Michael Brantley, a.k.a. Dr. Smooth, singles. And his speed has been of note this playoffs. Michael Brantley ain't moving so hot out there, and that's fine. He's a hitter. So think about it. It's top 8. You're tied at 2s, and Dusty's got some speedsters on the bench. That had to be pretty tempting for Dusty in the top of the 8th inning to go to one of those speedsters. Alex Bregman, double play ball. So you can have a whole conversation. If he puts a speedster in, does he steal second? Blah, 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 that whole thing. But he leaves Brantley in. And then in the 9th inning, which does go full chaos, they bring in Martin Perez, which that's a whole nother conversation. But who's up with the bases loaded? It's Michael Brantley, one of the best bat-to-ball hitters in the game, instead of a Jose Siri or their other options on the bench. And he drives a ball in the gap that, hey, if it was 3-2 going bottom 9 against this Red Sox team, the game doesn't feel close to over. When Brantley hits that ball in the gap and it's 6-2, the game kind of ended.
It was over.
How many pitches did Evaldi end up throwing? Let me find it.
24.
So it was just his bullpen day, and they're using him.
Yeah, because he has today and then tomorrow's an off day. He'll be perfectly lined up for, I think it's game 6.
Yeah. Now, I think I said yesterday that I thought Cora would go all out. Jake said it, and I agreed with him. That Cora would go all out in this game because tomorrow is the middle game in Fenway, or no, the last game in Fenway.
The last game.
Today's the last game in Fenway, and you got Sale and
Cramber.
Hawk. Hawk versus
Hawk.
and that hasn't been their best duo. I mean, Hawk was really good in. Are they starting Sale?
It says they're starting Sale.
Why?
Yes.
What has that done? Start Hawk. You used him as a starter in the season, right? And he performed. Why are you trying to sneak innings out of Sale? He's been awful.
I think that's it. They're trying to sneak innings out of him.
I know. And I knew that was what they were going to do, so I figured they were going to try and go all hands yesterday because they know this is a dumb strategy. They know they're trying to sneak innings out of Sale. I'd just start Houck. Sale's been bad. And he's, you know what? What time's the Red Sox game tonight?
5:08.
I don't know if I'm going to be home by then, but I'm so excited to see angry, pouty Sale on the mound again. If he's just like...
I think it might have something to do with the fact that Sale's used to starting. And at this point, like putting him in a spot where you might have to come in the middle of the game probably just isn't right.
I'd just scratch him.
So that's it.
I mean, if you
shoot, man, the guy could go out and give you 4 innings today. I don't know. Like, he is one of those pitchers that could just show up. Is he going to? Probably not. Chances are he's not. But I don't know, man. That's their plan.
What would you need to see from him tonight to feel like they made the right decision going with him?
Like one base runner an inning for the first 2 innings would be like the best I think he could do.
Okay.
Like no runs, maybe 1 hit or 1 walk in the first and second, and then they probably try him for a third at that point and have Houck come in to get the top of the order in the 3rd inning. Like they're not. I don't think they're going to plan for the one thing they can't do is overuse the guy who they're trying to steal outs with. Like they're trying to steal 2 innings with Sale before they flip it to Tanner.
Yeah, I don't know how many pitches they say he has. I think like 40 or something like that. That's what he stretched out to.
Yeah. I think you're right, Trev, with the Hawk can come out of the bullpen and be Tanner Hawk. Sale.
Is it damn Hawk or Houck? I'm looking it up right now.
It's Houck, like house.
Houck.
Yeah, it's Houck, right? Yeah.
Hawk. Sale coming out of the bullpen right now. He hasn't done that. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's funny how this series also gets flipped on its head, and it's like, well, I think you take Framber over Sale today, starting pitcher-wise, but let's be honest, yesterday's starting pitcher for Houston was Christian Javier, who's currently their number 1 weapon. He goes 3 innings, shutout baseball, 57 pitches. So he's out, and you're probably going to have one Javier day going forward. So a lot of pressure on Framber today. I mean,
let's go, Framber.
it's really
Framber.
it's really interesting now that we're going back to Houston. I mean, even if Framber gives 5 mat innings,
He needs to do an Erod outing.
if he can do
Minimum.
like even a little worse, like if he goes 5 innings, 4 earned runs, I think Houston would take that at this point, just because they need it innings wise.
For everyone confused about who we're rooting or not rooting for, I'll go on the record. I'm rooting for Framber to absolutely shove and Sale to get destroyed today.
Wow,
On pod, being honest.
that was honest.
I also want the Astros to win the series. In the NL, I don't care at all.
Trev, Xander Bogaerts is starting to click. That's huge for Boston. Homer double.
X going to give it to you.
Gonna give it
Full pension Piv. He should be the story of this game. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 2 walks. Piv figuring it out.
It's been good,
to you.
man.
He only threw 65
he
pitches, too.
I think he likes the added like adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
He's a high T guy already, and when he's getting the playoff bump here, I think it kind of locks him in. And that doesn't happen with everybody. You know, you see some guys falter in some of the brighter lights in the pressure situations. I think Piv's kind of like found. I think we're seeing Piv kind of turn into somebody who's like, damn, I like these moments.
He's
And
like
the
found it
confidence that
himself.
he's gonna get. Yeah, the confidence that you'll get from that, you know, I can carry over, man, even into next season and shit. So I love watching him throw, and you know, he gave up the homer to Bregman, who was that the leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
Um,
And that home
No,
No.
he didn't throw. Sorry, that was the first inning.
that home run is a home run in 3 ballparks. Fenway,
Dang.
Minute Maid, which is hilarious because then what do you even say? And Citizens Bank.
shout out Phillies. Let's go. It's our year.
So yeah, he come, you know, settled down after that. Gave him 5.
Trev, can you answer this question from Ethan? He says, why is his nickname Full Pension Piv?
When he was a rookie, I was there in Philadelphia, and he just walked around like he had 10 years service time already. So we made fun of him all the time for it. You know, we kind of just like let it happen because we thought it was so funny. So we started calling him Full Pension Piv. I called him that. I don't know how many other people called him that.
Did he like it?
Yeah. He liked,
And fight back.
Those guys, you know, they like the attention. They like the attention.
Well, you know what, Trev, you could spin that real good. That now, you know, he's acted like he's been there. Now he's there and he's doing it. So good for him. I think another guy on the other side, a younger pitcher who deserves a shout out, and I keep slaughtering his last name, Phil Maton, for the Astros, has become a key part of their bullpen. He's now got 6 clean appearances this series. The one appearance he gave up an earned run was the 12-3 blowout game. He came in a pretty high leverage spot. A guy that I think some video game nerds know his. He's always had kind of the skill. He might be clicking at the right time. Louisiana Tech guy.
Hey.
He's he's got a little bit of griminess in him, for sure.
Thoughts?
Thoughts?
That.
Yeah, Rustin.
Yeah.
Rustin will get you.
Rustin.
They got a really nice facility, though, baseball
Okay,
facility.
so that's nice.
I like this stat that we have on our sheet here.
Stat.
The Astros have scored 36 2-out runs so far.
It's pretty nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the inning doesn't
Wow.
start till
You
they
know-
have 2 outs. Maybe we start saying that.
Oh, God.
All of us Astros fans.
Please start saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, inning doesn't start till I have 2 runs. Anything before 2 outs. Anything before 2 outs is just extra.
Extra.
Read all about it.
Who was,
Astros gonna win, and there's no doubt about it. Shout it to the east
Oh.
and shout it to the west.
Oh.
Astros are the best.
Oh, my gosh. Please stop.
Reading, writing,
Can't believe-
arithmetic. Too much homework makes me sick.
We missed Mary Hart behind home plate.
That
in
was
game
our girl.
one.
Her hair.
That's on us.
Yeah.
We missed that
It's looking
chronologically.
so fluffy.
Is that Rez?
Yeah, Rez.
Rez Apple did one of their big, new Apple launch videos, and it's, oh my God, it's Apple, and they used Res Song in their video. So us Resbians are psyched.
Sitting in the grandstand, beating on a tin can. Who can? We can. Nobody else can. Yeah, Astros.
Anything else from this game, Trev?
It's beautiful.
Do you want to talk about the Presley thing a little bit? Because it could be interesting coming up.
This is a Donaldson take, which I totally agree with. He's mad that Dusty brought in Presley up 9-2. I don't know if it was the case. I didn't see this. I don't know if they showed this. Maybe he was warming up before it got to 9-2. But even then, I think you still sit him down. Donaldson's point is, and I made this point earlier about Eovaldi and some of these other guys, the more you see someone, the more looks you get at a guy, the better idea you're going to have at the plate. So did they need to bring him in there and give the Red Sox another look at him? Probably not. And, that could come back. If those same guys that he faced last night come back up against him and say, tonight or, when they're back in Houston, it's just another time that you got to see and track his pitches, get your timing. So I thought that was an interesting point by him. Like they didn't need to do that, and I totally agree with that. I'm not really sure what Dusty was thinking. My point to Josh back was you could get him hot if the ninth starts to get a little hectic. You got a 7-run cushion. If they push across 2 runs, say, or 3 runs, then you can get him up.
Yeah.
So
I have the bullpen stuff on the other side in the NL. The Braves are going to go to the same guys. The Dodgers already saw Matzik in all 3 games, and they saw Luke Jackson now in all 3 games. Obviously, they got the Jackson good there. The Dodgers have a little more options. Like Kelly's pitched in all 3 games, but he got 1 out, 2 outs yesterday.
Yeah.
Alex, is it Vesia? Vesia?
My guy.
He pitched in all 3 games, but he only threw 1 pitch. So the Dodgers have the ability to spread out their back end. Jansen's pitched in all 3. So I'm interested to see if the Braves get to Jansen, but he looks nice.
Doesn't matter who he
but
faces.
on the other side, the Braves don't have many options. You're going to see Matzik, Jackson, Minter, Smith. Like those 4 guys, you're going to see. So the more the Dodgers get to see those guys, I'm interested to see if who wins those battles going forward.
Braves already lost today. Before we talk about that, let's talk about Dugout Mugs. Jim, Dugout Mugs is giving away $25K worth of product.
Wow.
Whoa. Every single order placed at dugoutmugs.com. This is new, people. This is new. Dugoutmugs.com is including a free knob shot for the next 1,000 orders. Go! Right now. Knob shots usually $25. Wow. It's absolutely free. So you can still use code JOMBOY to get their better than Black Friday deal. That's actually really good phrasing. I like that. Their better than Black Friday deal of 35% off with code JOMBOY. Hurry up, go do this now. I know around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they get a ton of orders. They get backed up. You might be on delay. If you get this now, you got it. Get your shopping done.
I heard you were giving out free money.
So yeah, every single order at dugoutmugs.com includes a free knob shot next 1,000 orders, and you can still use code JOMBOY to get their better than Black Friday deal, 35% off.
Oh snap!
Oh,
that was lit.
that was lit.
Chelsea got involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trev,
Pod today.
prediction for tonight's games, Trev?
Hold on. Peter Morthen's typing at me. He's saying that,
Typing at
we
me.
need to discuss my bullpen mindset.
Typing at me, you say.
Yeah.
Pulling an axe on me, eh? Put him up,
Peter
put him on.
I don't
Moylan.
like that Peter just said that to me. I don't like
he
Peter
it.
said?
Moylan
Is he in the
sent
chat?
me a fax. He was in the chat before.
He doesn't like your bullpen mindset?
Should we call him right now? Should we just get farm to fam?
A little bit.
He's
Have y'all
I'm saying,
discussed
what
who
are
you
you
were
talking
expecting
about?
to start for the Braves today? Are they saying, or are they saying Smiley? I heard Minter thrown around.
We haven't discussed it. You know?
Minter started last year.
Hello.
Peter.
Peter.
G'day, mate.
We heard
Oh my
wow,
God.
still holding up the fake accent. We heard you and Trev are beefing right now?
Yeah, I didn't like that conversation with JD last night.
Okay, let it out, girl.
Why?
Well, I just lived through Game 2 of the 2020 Championship Series where the Braves decided to try and sneak the last couple of innings through with a couple of lower-end relievers instead of going for the kill. And I saw the Dodgers get a bit of momentum in that Game 2, and then they wiped the floor with us in Game 3 last year. So I say close the deal, finish the game, get the W, and then worry about it. It doesn't matter if they've seen Presley. It's not like they've never seen him before. There's video. You've seen at-bats from him all year. These guys, the same relievers are going to be thrown every game in the playoffs. It's nothing different. Like it's them versus us. I don't like that mindset.
Damn, dude. You
guys
are being, Trev's going to talk, but you're not going to be able to hear it.
That's fine.
Okay.
It wasn't 2 innings worth. It was 3 outs. Okay, and you had a 7-run cushion. You can get him up if the inning gets hectic. And I disagree.
Hold on. We got to translate, Trevor.
No, this is perfect. Keep going, Trev. Let it rip.
I disagree with the fact they've seen him all year. You don't see a closer all year. You might have a couple of bats against a closer, and every single extra at bat means something. So I disagree with Peter's sentiment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he has nightmares from the 2020 NLCS, bro.
He said,
like, get over it.
Trev said he respects your opinion, and we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes the rest of the way.
I'm feeling that's not what he said, but I'm going to respond with, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Peter, who are you thinking is going to start for the Braves tonight?
I'd say if they're going for it, they're going to start Inoa. And otherwise, I think Smiley might be able to baffle them for a few innings as well.
If they start Inoa, I think he goes 6 shutty.
Very interesting the first 4 or 5 innings, see how it plays out.
Mark Sommers in the chat had a really good question and said, "Who's the British guy?"
Yeah.
Say that again.
Again, Trev was saying you had a good stance before. Do you have the Braves winning tonight, Peter?
Of course I do.
Okay. We got to wrap this up over here, but we thank you. New Farm to Fam out today.
Today.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow. Love you, Pete.
That was so abrupt.
I think he was mad at the end.
Oh.
He thinks Trev probably talked some real shit about him.
Trev.
Are you okay, Trev?
Oh,
you're muted.
Audio.
No.
Did you mute yourself, or you?
Sorry, I'm trying to keep the people from hearing the blower that's outside of my door now. I'm mad at Peter. Okay. Peter can be mad at me because I'm mad at him.
It's a standoff. It's huge.
Y'all should duel.
Well, make sure you go check out Kelsey and Peter's podcast today, Farm to Fame. It's good times. I think Jake makes an appearance.
Jake does make an appearance.
And you rap?
Dodgers.
I did rap.
Yeah.
I did rap in this episode. I'm a very musical gal.
Yeah.
So there was rapping involved.
Got to Sing.
1992 was the AIM screen name.
Nice. New episode of Sequence out today, Trev?
Ooh.
Came out yesterday. Thank you very much. It was you did a little breakdown on it. I went a little bit more into it. It was the Chris Taylor base running gap.
Oh, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. I'll go tune in. Don't tell me now. Everyone will go check it out.
Okay.
It's a bad gaff.
Dodgers win 9-2 tonight.
Yeah.
Wow, you just taking the Astros score, flipping it?
Yeah. Just a little copy.
Did y'all do your predictions?
Astros win today. Framber goes 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 1 hit maybe. And then I think if they start Inoa, he probably goes 6 shutty, and the Braves win 1-0.
Big day for pitching today, huh?
Huge day for pitching, yeah. I'd really like a good pitching performance in the postseason. Besides Logan Webb, have we had any?
I miss Logan
I'm
Webb.
taking the over in both games today. I don't know who's going to win. I think we're going to get another big scoring game, or I guess the first big score of the Braves-Dodgers series. And then the ALCS has continued to be a runs fest.
Yeah.
My gut's saying Astros Dodgers, but that ties back to my theory that I explained to you guys yesterday. Recency bias. Whoever won the last game is who you think is going to win the series.
And
I'm like a fish. I just flip flop.
I know you can do this with a lot of sports games and gambling, but I was thinking about, I tweeted it out, the person who bet the Astros Red Sox under yesterday, and they were like, I know it's a losing bet, but this is how sports works, and it's got to happen at some point. And then it's 2-1 in the 8th. Okay, it's 2-2. That's fine. Hey, it's 3-2 Astros. You got 4 runs to play with, and the Astros put up a 7 spot in the 9th. And you knew your bet was a loser, then you believed it won, and then you lost again. And that's
you're just saying sorry to them?
Baseball.
No. Because they knew the over was going to hit.
Yeah, obviously. All right, hey, Kelsey's joining us on JOMBOY Jake Radio today. We have a draft and a bunch of other stuff that we're doing. So, I don't know. As soon as BBD is able to flip this around, we'll start with that. Half hour or so? Probably.
What game are you guys doing tonight?
No stream tonight.
No stream.
We need a rest. And then tomorrow night we're streaming. There's only one game, I'm guessing.
Be the Dodger game.
The Dodger game, and we have a special guest coming.
If you're listening closely to yesterday's live stream,
he also is a host on a compound. Shit.
Oh my God.
He also is a host on a podcast on the network.
He's a host on a compound.
He's a host on a compound. It's Zach Short.
Wow.
His name is Mookie Betts.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Really good back alley bats today. Jake sucks.
Good video game baseball, too. If you're jonesing for that, go check that out. JM Gaming.
I'm going to listen to some Riz and